The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Monday, Victory Monday. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where, believe it or not, it is 72 degrees. The high is 73. The low is 55. It is muggy as hell outside.
Yes. He's Shannon. He's Nate. Chris in the back. Josh, and who knows who else back there. Our man, Jesse, has got bigger and better things to do today. He's serving the community, I guess.
Yes, he is.
I'm Kurt, trying to fill his place. Together, we are the sports talk equivalent to Braille. People feel us when we speak.
There you go, Kurt. Fought through it.
Fought through it.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. So, before we talk about the game, yes, Jesse is not here. Jesse is doing the best thing that Jesse has ever done with his life. Contrary to popular belief, it was not playing in the NFL. But every year, Jesse takes deserving kids shopping on a shopping spree. He raises money off and on all year and solicits donations. And today is the day he's taking kids shopping and doing some good. So Jesse's a lot of things, but a good dude is at the top of the list. He's actually a good human being, and he cares. So
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Jesse, thanks for doing what you do. Now, Jesse also talks a lot, and Jesse self-promotes, and that's why we love Jesse, because he's very versatile. He has a lot of different characteristics. But no, Jesse, it's a great thing that you do, and we appreciate you doing that. And maybe we'll see you tonight if we can get out there. So you're excused for missing the show. Now, on to football. Chris, what time did you get home last night?
8 o'clock. Well, we landed at 8 o'clock.
Landed at 8?
Yes.
Pretty easy trip. How was the weather?
Boy, that right
It
there,
was cold.
That would have been a full night, boy. Ooh.
Y'all have got it in straight to the
8
club.
o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Oh, my God.
Would you have even gone home to change?
No.
Straight
Bro,
to the club.
playing Cowboys Cafe for a couple of hours. To around about 10 or 11, then another.
So when you traveled, would you plan your outfit that you wore on the plane on the way back?
No, we just take the ties off and the coats and whatever we got on. That's
That was
what
it?
we roll with. Yes, sir.
They don't have to wear coat and tie on the plane anymore.
No, they don't now, but back then, we did.
Oh, I know they did.
Is it warm-up suits now, Chris?
Warm-up suits for the players.
Yeah. What about y'all?
Business attire.
Business attire.
So,
Whatever.
yeah.
Whatever that
There go
is.
little Chris right there. Yeah.
So Kurt,
Yeah.
start with you.
Yeah.
You're in the talking chair today.
We're
So
in trouble then.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on
It'll
the
be a
back and get started.
Number up here.
Thoughts on the game? What'd you think
Might need
overall?
to do some push-ups.
Yeah, it was nice. It was good to see them. Monday's win was kind of a gut punch, and losing Overshown and all that. But it was nice to see them shake that off, rebound, and get a good win over a team they should beat.
Yeah. Chris, what you think, baby? Your opinion counts today. Chris Beam, we're speaking of.
What'd you need?
Yeah, I didn't know what you need. What was the game? What was your thoughts?
My thoughts on the game is when the Cowboys needed the defense stepped up.
Yes.
Like after that first drive when Maris Leofau punched that ball out on like the 8-yard line, I think that was huge because they were going in to take the lead. So that was huge. And they just, after that, they started dominating.
Wow, that was a good game yesterday. I was watching it from afar, and I tell you this right here. All I could think about was Shannon and his gang of losers that want a lower draft pick. That's all I could think of. Was like, we're spoiling Shannon's.
Hey, I told you, I changed.
Shannon and his gang of.
Winning is fun.
Okay,
You weren't surprised though, were you? You knew this was going to be.
This is what amazed me about this team is we have faced better teams with better overall talent and say we're going to win. And I'm like, this team has Adam Thielen is their best receiver.
Didn't see the field hardly the first half.
Yes, and then you have the running back. Chuba Hubbard. Okay, a decent offensive line. I don't think they're great because I don't think they have great lateral movement. And I said, if they run some games and some stunts, this thing is over. And they started in with them games and stunts. I want to tell people, turn your TV off, but that'd have been wrong because I know they was watching, hoping the Cowboys lose so they can have that high draft pick. So y'all out there with the high draft picks on your mind, that ain't happening. Who we got next? Let's move on. Let's take some calls. Let's move on.
Tampa Bay.
It's funny.
Draft picks back.
Baker Mayfield. That boy finding a way, him and Evans. But anyway, I'm just saying, like I told Chris, I said, Chris, I'm going to need you today. I'm going to need you to speak up and talk because.
So Osa Odighizuwa.
Odighizuwa.
Hey, you got your kid back there. You better watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Logan. He's sick today. So.
Yeah.
Osa Odighizuwa was on the postgame show, and he said to Kyle, he said there were some keys that they found on tape.
Right.
Oh, really?
And Kyle's like, so what were the keys? Like, with a straight face, he goes, I'm not going to tell you.
For real.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. He was like dead serious.
Not going to tell you. Good for him.
So
Yeah. Wow.
Well, y'all didn't ask, but I'll give you my thoughts.
Tell us.
What's your thoughts?
We know what
Shannon,
you
what's
wanted
your
them to
thoughts?
lose.
I'm going to give you.
I mean,
I'm
they moved like 2 spots in the whole draft order, but go ahead.
First off, pat myself on the back. I won this week.
Oh, really?
I had Cowboys 27, Panthers 21, and Nate also won. He had blowout by the Cowboys. And then
Blow 'em out.
Jesse was wrong and right. Jesse missed the score. He had
Right.
the Panthers winning, but DJ Moore. He said if he had more than 55 receiving yards, they would win. He did not, so he was right there. So
Yes.
I thought it was a sloppy, ugly, messy game.
Yeah.
When you have two bad teams playing each other, that's what you expect. But I mean, the penalties are blowing my mind. How do you
Yes.
line up off sides as a cornerback? Like, how does that happen? And look, as much as they're calling that illegal formation penalty, as an offensive lineman, you should walk out of the huddle and do
Every
what
game.
Nate used to do. This is the snap count. This is the snap count. This is the snap count. Is my eyes past his butt? Yes. This is the snap count. This is the snap count. I mean, that should be the two things you're concentrating on when you
You know
walk
what
to
they
the
need
line
to
of
do,
scrimmage.
Shannon? They need to do exactly what the wide receiver does when he comes out, goes
Check
to the
with the
line.
check
He
with
looks
the
at
ref.
him down the line
Point
and
at him.
points at him and goes, are we good? And he'll give him like that thumbs
So
up.
you have
He
five
could do
guys
that.
pointing
Everybody's
around.
looking
Am I
at
good?
the
Am I
line,
good? Am I
the
good? I'm good.
linesman.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
The
you're good.
line judge is down there. Everybody's pointing at him. He's like,
mean,
you
I
need to
would.
scoot up a little bit.
You're going to
would.
measure have a delay of game with all them guys.
Jeez. But I mean, they did what they should have done, and it's like, you know, what is going on with Rico? 49 yards? Is that what he had?
Yeah. Is that right?
149, yeah.
149 rushing yards.
25 carries.
And the last 3 games of the season, he's got more rushing yards than anybody in the league. I mean, it's like was this here all along, Nate? Is the offensive line
I'm telling
playing
you
that much better?
what I've noticed, just a little bit better offensive line play, and he's patient on his runs, where he ain't just running in the back of people, and people ain't just getting pushed into him either. So the line is musical chairs once again, but they are finding a way. And the thing about it is, they're not playing great teams. I'm not that guy. So they're not playing, but they are taking advantage of the teams that are less than what we've faced in the past. And they're doing it. That's why it was such a big uproar last week when he stopped with 6 minutes in the game. This time he didn't stop. He just kept forcing the issue. And is Cooper got a bad hand or something?
Why?
Cooper Rush got
Wait, throws the ball?
no the fumbles and the. I mean, is he not in line with the center? Or what's going on? We need to get some inside scoop on that.
Bang that one off of Dowdle's
Yeah.
leg
So,
or whatever.
but anyway,
They are helped. They've played Cincinnati's 21st in run defense.
right.
Washington's 26th. Mm-hmm. New York is 31st.
Right.
And Carolina's last.
Okay, so yeah, do what
but
you
they're taking
do.
advantage.
Yes, do what you do. Everybody, knocking coach by this play call, and I just want to see by the end of this year, wherever we're sitting, my year will be satisfied. We playing the young guys. It is very ugly. Yes, it hurts to lose or to barely win or to have 85 penalties. All of that hurts. But next year, these same guys should not be making nowhere near these type of mistakes. Yeah. And you've been under fire. You've played against great players. You play against mediocre players. And you should just, like a computer, download all of that to the mainframe or to your whatever the little things y'all tote around. Mm-hmm. Shannon, yes.
You could. How crazy is this? You could have a winning record this year.
Yeah.
With all this bad stuff
With
that has
all
happened.
this craziness. We gave up 8 weeks ago. And
Not we.
I gave up 8 weeks. I sure as hell gave up 8 weeks ago.
Hey, why he always trying to bring you?
Did you give up 8 weeks ago?
Oh, I didn't think they were making the playoffs, no.
No, I mean, realistically, you could still make the playoffs, but I mean, you got a real shot at. I mean, you'd have to beat Tampa, the Eagles, and Washington, all which are doing really well right now. But I mean, you could. You realistically, how many of the next 3 games you think they're going to win, Kurt? They're 6-8. One of those 3? 0 of those 3?
I would like to think
all of those guys are in a
2
playoff
games.
run.
Yeah,
Right.
They're fighting for sure.
I mean, they are especially Washington. Is kind of going to win their division, Tampa Bay. But Washington is in a dogfight because the Rams, remember those guys 18 weeks ago? Hey, all these Rams don't look too bad. Those same Rams. Yeah, this thing is coming down to the wire for some teams.
Yeah, you got the Rams, Seattle. Rams and Seattle are both 8-6. Washington's 9-5. Arizona's 7-7.
Yeah, if Washington wins one more, they're done.
Green Bay's 10-4. So, yeah, Cowboys are not.
Philly's going for the first round bye right now.
Yes.
Yeah. That Detroit loss, that was huge.
Detroit is going down with injuries, boy.
Yo, they're running back.
They're going down with injuries. The thing that makes this, for me, and I know I'm not speaking for the many out there, but this thing is very intriguing because now, what do you do about signing guys? Mm-hmm. Guys, I feel confident now. A couple of weeks ago, I didn't. Now guys know what they can do within this system that Coach McCarthy runs, within this system what Coach Zim runs. So they're starting to perform. Like Osa, 4 weeks ago, it was like, Osa started. Now Osa's doing some damage to folks.
Yeah.
That is a question you have to ask yourself. Where does he fit out of the guys that need signing? Golston, I don't know what his contract is like. I don't know what Watson's contract. But now you got Jordan Lewis. You got to start giving considerations to these guys because they are core. Due to the injuries, they are core members of your team that have contributed. And a lot of coaches will give up draft picks for players that they can depend on to know what to do within their system. So we're not big on free agency, and even we big on signing our top dogs, our 1A and 1B free agencies, but we ain't never been big on our 2B and 2C free agencies. We ain't been, that is stuff that I'm like, man, these young guys are starting to perform. Now we got the offensive line, we got them under contract. We just hey, bat him on the butt and get on back in line. But a lot of these guys on defense and about 10 more guys are free, but they have shown you they can play. You know, be it against the Carolinas of the world or the Washington that can't stop the run. They couldn't stop the grandmama if they tried. But anyway, they played in the NFL. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Forget this game, man. We were going to blow them out regardless. You know, even though Jesse say, I got that feeling. Oh, I feel they done gave up over there. Okay, yeah, they did. 14 penalties. They gave up, but they still won.
Well, I think that, you know, if there's a story to the season, I think there's no quit in this team, right? Whether they could have quit 4 or 5 weeks ago. They could have quit this week. CeeDee's out there still trying to make plays. Now, what's driving that? Is it numbers? You know, he got, what is it? He's the first Cowboy to ever have 1,000 yards in four out of his first 5 seasons. So, you know, was he trying to get stats? Whatever the case, it doesn't matter. He's out there with a banged up shoulder, taking guys on, hitting them, not just, you know, I mean, they haven't quit on coach, right?
No.
You know, and I think that's the theme this year is there's no quit. No matter how bad they're hurt, they haven't given up.
Yeah, they're definitely still fighting, and you hope it's for the coach too. But like Nate was kind of saying, so many of these guys are in their last year. I mean, Golston, Osa, you know, 20-something, 5, 7, whatever guys are playing for contracts next year. So they better not quit.
The thing is, and the saying has always been, what are you putting on film? And remember now, we still have a connection to Dan Quinn. And he may not be hyped on every guy that he has in Washington. And they have a few guys, you know, hypothetically on 1 year. So this thing ain't going to – you're going to sign Parsons. And he's going to get paid. So all that, whether you're going to trade him and all that right there, forget that. He going to keep his podcast and he going to get paid. Now you got to figure out who is that second and third guy. Because if we let Osa and Golston and this guy go, you virtually finna start over on the defensive line. Yep. We cannot start over on the defensive line. So, and I wish the voice of reason were here to stop me so he could talk about this game. But I ain't talking about this game. I already told Chris I'm talking about guys we may eventually lose. Jordan Lewis is a real. Somebody gonna pay this old man. Somebody gonna. I'm serious. So you don't think somebody gonna pay this old man?
Oh yeah. He still got some dog left in him.
Yeah, man. You know, you know me. I sit right here for the years we've been on the show. If Jordan Lewis just do his job, he is a bad man. What Jordan go wrong at is when he go to looking in that backfield saying, I see this. Then all of a sudden we see somebody running by you. But as long as he focused on what he need to do, man, Jordan is real, man. Yep. He is real.
All right, let's take a real break. When we come back, more football talk.
Let's talk about Chris, little baby boy. You know, he's a little under the weather.
All right.
We got to give him some love.
When we come back.
Yeah.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hangin with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. They sure make game day special, and for every purchase of the new Tyson Cowboys Nuggets this holiday season, Tyson Foods will donate $1 to the Salvation Army up to $100,000. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Go.
Well, you said go, and it was like
He was off air.
way off air. And I was like, does that really mean go? Welcome back to the show. Second segment brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Kurt.
Yes.
Swing by your local 7-Eleven and grab your favorite item from the Roller Grill. Then enjoy a big gulp.
Well, see you later. Oh, big gulps, huh?
For just 89 cents. Valid at participating stores. Fill up at Pump 8 and get ready for game day. All right.
All right.
Back to the show. We were talking about free agents and who's going to be gone and who might be here. You think they're going to get the deal? I done with Micah, right?
Yeah, Michael done, man. Michael already done.
You think he's done?
Yeah, he's done. I mean, they gonna pay Michael, and then just like Jesse said, by him getting injured early, now he's strong. I heard on one of the shows, Michael's stronger. All the offseason work, no, all the rest he got from being injured, and now he's back in shape. You know, I like the damage control that this team has done. I mean, just think now, we had a bunch of guys out. Mm-hmm. We had guys playing with major injuries. They have sorted through that, you know, because you'd be like, man, it took 8 games or 10 games before they even started giving the ball to Rico Dowdle. Yeah, it did, and it looked ugly. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb ain't killing it like it was. Yeah, it's looking ugly. Ferguson went out. Yeah, Schoonmaker got some run. The other kid from Mozzie is starting to, you know, play a little bit more consistent. Everybody seemed to be rolling in the right way. We've had the right games to give them enough momentum and enough confidence, because that's all players lack in a lot of. Now, don't get me wrong. What's coming next week is real. What's coming next week is real. When we get into these people, I tell people, I'm planning to get through the season and have good tape, and then I'm planning to get in these playoffs and get position. We gonna have to come out with a different amount of force, and we're gonna have to play like I felt we should have played against the Cincinnati Bengals. No mistakes. We're not that team. When you're not good, like I've been on a team like that before, where you're not good, you can't have penalties, especially silly penalties. So it's gonna be fun, y'all. Let's just strap in. It's gonna be, it's like being up at 40,000 feet, and in the wind shears and all that is shaking up there, and the man gonna say, hey, fasten in, and we're gonna go up just a little bit higher to get around this, but we can't go no higher. We playing at peak performance, baby. We're at the top of our deal. We're in the little crop duster with Cook. We shaking and baking. You know what I'm saying? We can't go no higher. We just got to play smarter.
Flying with your parachute on, huh?
There it is, my brother.
Smarter, huh? You think they'll play smarter? Hope so.
Why would you ask that question? You're not going to bait me. You didn't do Jesse like that. Why would you ask that question? Do you think they can play smarter?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How can they play smarter, Kurt?
Tell us, Kurt.
Just get rid of some of these dumb penalties. For one.
What is the
Line
problem?
up right.
What is the problem with the penalties? Like,
Don't know.
what is that? I mean,
Chris, come on. We want to hear you back there, Chris.
No.
What is the problem with the penalties? You got the inside scoop. You got big scoop you don't share with us.
I mean, I don't have a big scoop. Parcells said he doesn't coach penalties.
right.
So
It's
I
on
don't
the
know,
player?
Sometimes, yeah, it's on the player.
You think it's just because they got a bunch of young guys
yeah,
and they're just
And
not?
guys is not as good.
Yeah.
I think you're right about that. When you're not as good, you tend to hold more. You tend to don't stick with the form. I mean, if you think about it, like Guyton, what's his problem? Nate, I mean, Nate,
Inside
you know
rush.
he's a catcher, right? He catches
catcher
blocks.
and the inside rush.
Exactly. He
Yes.
catches blocks and
Yes.
gives up the inside rush. That's what
Yes.
he does. And everybody in the league is going to know that.
Yes, they are.
And that's what they do.
And when
So,
the game get deeper and deeper into the game,
Yep. he
you know,
starts
they'll
catching
rush
them.
outside all day, to around by the middle of that third quarter. And then, when he's relaxed and comfortable, and they'll just take off inside. Next thing you know, you got
And to
a
explain it to people, when you catch a block, Nate, explain how offensive linemen catch blocks.
Well, as a passer, you catch blocks. You're supposed to jam. You're supposed to everything you do. The nearest point, like if you rushing me, come at me a little bit. Boom, that's my nearest point. I'm gonna hit you with that. But with this hand, because you coming this way, so I'm gonna hit you with that nearest point. If I can get you with this hand, I really got you, because now you're gonna keep me lined up with you. But if you get into me, all of a sudden you come and I'm catching you out here. Now you in my chest.
Looks like he's giving him a hug.
Yeah, and when you catching players, that can be a tremendous, because now you gotta either let him run you over and get to the quarterback,
Or just hang on.
You gotta hang on and hold it, and they'll see it.
So
and
when
then
you see those blocks, when they're catching him, he'll grab them on the shoulder pads on
the
both
outside.
sides. Yep.
And in the run, it's basically the same thing where you done grab somebody from the outside and you trying to run with them, and they jerk back and they see all that jersey in your hand. Because they stretch, the jersey stretching. Now you done.
So 2 questions then. One, were you surprised to see Guyton come in yesterday? Because the assumption was he might have been banged up. And 2, talked earlier about now you want to see these young guys playing. Shouldn't we just be riding him and letting him get that experience?
No, because it comes a point where you got to pay for your sins. And Odoga, and y'all know I've been killing this kid, Odoga. He's not a kid. He's a veteran guy, but to me, he's a kid. But I've been killing this guy. But he's giving you a better chance to have success. You can't. It comes a point, like me and Jesse was going back and forth with the great player Zach Martin. It comes a point where you got to say, okay, I can't preach to my team that we're trying to put the best guys out here to win. And now we've had some success winning, not with Guyton, but with Odoga, with Awesome Riches, with T.J. Bass, with the other kids, 67.
Hoffman,
Brock Hoffman. So now these guys are playing. So now when you stand up in front of the team and say, hey, man, best man going to play. Then you say, hey, Guyton, you at the left side. Now you start using your credibility. Even though we know he's a first-round pick, even though we know he's going to get it, this guy is performing better. Our running game has been tremendous. And players don't get to say, but it's against the Carolina. You don't get to say that. Now, we get to say that, but they don't get to say that. It's like, so now he is a backup. He is a backup who's fighting for his life. Steele, I've always felt this about Steele. And I try to tell anybody that'll listen. If you run enough in the first half, Steele can get through a game. Now, he's still going to give up a passing play here and there. You just hope it ain't at a critical time. But if you run enough, Steele's confidence grows. He's a play-action pass tackle. That means you got to run enough to keep his confidence up. But now if you just coming out trying to throw that thing 35 times, especially in the first half, and they get him a couple of times, you just see his confidence just dwindle. So they've been giving him enough to now we're not even hitting a lot of steal. Now, granted, I'm going to keep saying it, we ain't played the greatest of guys. That, we're about past the great pass rushers. But he's getting confidence. I don't know whether this will take him into next year, how this thing will look next year. But now, if nothing else, we know we got depth. If nothing else, we know we have depth on both offense and defensive lines. Now it goes back to what I said earlier. Who are you willing to keep?
Yep. Osa got some national pub from Greg Olson during the game. Said he was one of the best D tackles.
Yeah, he said that. It surprised me a little bit. I mean, Olson hasn't a great year, but it was good to hear that from a national guy.
Yeah.
The thing about the the PFF or the PCCs and all.
Yeah.
I ain't good with letters. Y'all know I'm not, so I don't want to say nothing wrong.
PFF gave Osa one of the highest grades. The highest on the team.
Well, he ain't had no other choice. They heard what
Greg Olson said, yeah.
We better beat. It took him a while to adjust. Zim is the type of coach that's going to keep wanting your best. I know he have to convey it a different way now. I know he, back in the day, it's just like, you son of a, you need to pick. That worked with me. With me because, that's just, who cares? Coach cussing, who cares? But now that's kind of a thing. You can't do that to kids. Some kids can't accept it as well. So in his own little way, he's found out little things. And Brody said something on his show that sure enough hit home with me is matchups. Where somebody should be like, I hope Parsons don't line up on the right tackle of Philly, 65, and then he'll line up for 65 plays trying to beat. Why would you go over there and beat this guy over here on the left side that you know you can beat and help the team
Quit
win?
trying to prove that you're a man.
Yeah, I'm a man. I'm gonna beat it. No, brother, go over here and beat this dude. He a man too. Yeah. But they're finding those matchups. And Broadus brought up a blitz from the first half where they came from the left. Then they took it over to the right and got home. And so I like that. I'm saying to myself, cool stuff, Broadus. The kid, I don't want to call him. I always call him first and last name.
Marifal.
Yeah.
Hey, him and Kendricks, man.
Yeah.
You need to. So Marifal's still he's rookie, right? Yeah. So you got him, and then Kendricks, was he a 1-year deal?
Yes.
You probably want to try to figure out a way to keep him, right? Because
he's been a definite impact.
Yeah.
Just leadership and all that. Yeah.
And they're fun to watch, man. They're
when your defensive line is doing their job. Our linebackers are all it is designed. It is designed for the linebackers in every defense. If your down linemen are doing their job, are halfway doing their job, giving your guys a chance, they're gonna show up, brother. And they're gonna show up. And a lot of people talking about the running back. That was the pick for the young man, number 35. But this kid is doing okay. I know we have depth. Now, you can go out and draft, and I know we're not going to get on free agency, but we'll go out and draft some more guys, and hopefully we'll do what we need to do.
All right, we're going to do what we need to do and take our last break. When we come back, more football on Hangin' with the Boys. Be right back.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hangin' with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
And go, Shannon.
Thank you. Welcome back to the show. The third segment brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Before we get into more Carolina Dallas football talk, Nate, we were talking in the break. We were talking about Deion a little bit. Asked Nate if he had talked to Deion since Travis Hunter won the Heisman over the weekend, and he said no. And then he started into a story. And he goes, y'all want me to tell you on the air? And we're like, absolutely. We love Nate's stories on the air, especially when it has to do with either Charles or Deion. They're usually very good. So, so talk to us about
we were
Deion.
rapping about players not being good enough in that the depth of the Cowboys. And I always listen to Coach Johnson, Coach Switzer. They would always say, we get better players who can play on better athletes with a, can think above their shoulders. You get less penalties. And so I talked to Deion after his first year, and they beat TCU. And I was like, man, y'all was on y'all way. Then he said, yeah, but I realized these guys, they weren't mature enough for the game. Meaning they was not could handle the Nebraskas of the world or the Miamis of the Bamas of the world, because they weren't bred that way, they weren't built that way, they weren't mentally, physically ready that way. And so they guys asked me, okay, yeah, we hear you. Well, have you talked about Travis? I said, no, I talked to him last week, but I'll tell you something that he's trying to put together after this season. And I don't know if Travis will have time, is that he got one of these big old Mack trucks that the offensive line for the Cowboys had, these big old, look like, diesel Mack trucks. Mm-hmm. Well, he got one.
Oh, like a big F-350.
Yeah, big F-3. Yeah. I mean, it's huge up off the ground. And he said, man, what me and you gonna do and Hunter, if they have time now, because Hunter was gonna get every award known to man. Mm-hmm. We was gonna go fishing. Hunter loves fishing. That's Deion's second passion to dealing with football is fishing. So he got 2 lakes. He ain't got one. He got 2 lakes.
You don't fish.
I don't fish, but I'll be driving the Big Mac truck, and because I like to drive. So me, him, and Hunter, if it works, we'll be at different places in different states.
Doing a little fishing tour.
Doing the fishing tour.
Driving, huh?
Drive. We'll drive.
Can you imagine being at a 7-Eleven and you just pump 8, get some gas, and Nate, Deion and Travis Hunter just pile out, go into the roller grill and grab them some taquitos.
Yeah, so that, it may happen and it may not, because we were just talking, so it would be what you played there, Chris?
Big golf, son.
Okay, yeah, we'll get a bunch of them.
From Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Will you go out on the boat with them and just hang out? Or?
Oh, yeah, because I'll be talking about both of them. I mean, because if they don't be catching no fish, I'll be dogging them.
So you'll actually go, I thought you didn't get in boats.
I do on lakes. Okay. I don't get in oceans. He didn't say ocean. If he'd have said ocean, I'd have been like, you've been going by yourself. I ain't getting on no ocean. I'm getting on a lake.
Really? And what's crazy is, like, the boats in an ocean are like a lot more durable and like less likely to sink.
Them are ships. A ship, a 100-yard ship ain't gonna fit in his lake.
But you'll go out on a bass boat in a lake where you can't even see land.
I will see land. Yeah, I will see land. I promise
bay
you I'll see
fishing.
land.
I mean, half that bay is 4 foot deep or something, 5 foot. It's shallow down there.
But he ain't going, huh? He ain't going
Bro,
with that.
y'all do what y'all do. I'm gonna do what I do.
That'll be a fun trip.
Yeah, I'm you know, so I just, you know, he done brought it up twice. Cause I'm like, when you coming home? What we gonna do this summer? Hey, you know, trying to set up the days where I can hang out with him 2 or 3 days. Cause I like to go over his house 2 or 3 days, just one day, you know, cause it takes me at least a day to get the better on the jokes. He gonna get me, cause he gonna get me with every fat joke as soon as I walk through the door. But after about a day, I start catching up with him because I was like, hey, you done said that yesterday. It ain't gonna work.
He runs out of fat jokes.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna never run out of rat jokes and claws and all of that.
He's got a big reality show coming out, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And so I'm like, how is he gonna have all this time? It's just, and plus I think his contract coming up. So him and Parsons gonna be going at it.
How did were y'all really good? Were y'all tight when he played here, or did y'all become better friends after?
Yeah, no.
How did y'all get to be buddies? I know we know the story with Charles, right?
See, when he got here, I knew of Deion, and we was at a Pro Bowl together, and him and Rod Woodson, and I shouldn't be telling this story. They was on the last leg to see who the NFC or the AFC was going to win. And I, being the guy that I was, so Brother Woodson down. He ain't going to be able to handle with Deion. Deion from Florida, I just went off. And because me and Woodson were cool too, but I think he kind of lost. Oh, we ain't going to be cool. I said, and Deion beat him. And I went crazy. And so that first started me and Deion. Then he was with the 49ers and wanted to come to us. Jerry was enticing him to come to us. And Mike said, man, Deion ready for you. Deion want to see you. He hear you the big clown on the team. Deion came. And so when we hooked up and he got to the Cowboys, we just, ever since.
Because y'all got the same sense of humor.
Oh, yeah. So his can get rough sometimes. He'll never cuss, but he can say some ugly things. Yeah.
Did he not cuss back when he played?
Oh, no, never.
Really?
I used to do a show for a radio station, and they used to call me Big Papa. And, I would get up, and so I would just do like little bits. Yeah, man, I had Deion. I had him. I was cracking on him because everybody knew I would crack on him. I was cracking on Deion so bad till he cussed. And why did I say that? When I got back to the studio that morning, when I came in from doing the radio show, Deion was on me. Man, I don't cuss. Yeah, why would you say that? I mean, he was serious. At first, I thought he was joking. Uh-huh. I'm serious, man. Why would you do that, man? People know I don't cuss. Big fella, why you do that? Nate, why you? When he called me Nate, I knew he was like, oh, this dude's serious. And so all week long, man, you better get this straight. You better get. So the first thing I did the next week, I said, "Hello, y'all. Let me get this straight. Deion did not cuss."
Wow.
And I didn't think he would be listening. Thank you, big fella. You know I don't cuss. Yeah.
Why is he so passionate about not cussing? Is it a role model thing or just his upbringing?
He just, he a Christian. So, and that was one of his things. Even when he wasn't a Christian, he just never found it cool to cuss. Like some people, you don't have a vocabulary. If you got to sit up and call people MFs and son of us and, and A's and all this, you don't have a vocabulary. And I thought, mine is limited.
I'll never forget when he went, I think it was during the off season. It was probably 92, 93 maybe. And he did a little tour with his "Must Be the Money" song.
Yeah.
And he came to a club in Monroe, Louisiana.
No, he didn't.
And it was like a big deal. Like it was a small club. Yeah. And I was just like, I can't believe Deion coming to Monroe, man. It was like a big deal.
Did you go? Good show?
No, I didn't go.
Oh.
Why you didn't go?
I'll tell y'all.
It must have been the money.
I'll tell y'all. I'll tell you why.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, I got it one time back in the old place. Did either one of y'all back at the old place, back at Valorant?
Mm-hmm, of course. Yeah.
And, we could turn the speaker on from in Buckingham office in the equipment room, and it'd go all over the whole building, right? Mm-hmm. So periodically, one of us would get a good prank going on somebody, and we would let the whole building know. So Deion was getting the better of me. I said, Deion, you sold out for the money. It must be the money. He like, oh, no, big fella, I ain't sell out for the money. Then I just went and got that song, put it on, and ran it through the whole building. So even when he went over there to Miss Maryland said, Deion, it must be the money. Oh yeah. Yeah, man.
All right, fellas. Well, we did a great job of
with the show over.
All over, and we talked as little about the game as we possibly could, and it was a good show. Yeah. They won.
Jesse, we need you.
2 bad teams, ugly win.
People would rather hear Nate's story.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I could do that. We could do that all week.
Yeah.
We should have an off-season show where it's just story time with Nate. Get us
y'all have to pay me for that. That's extra. That's extra $10.
Heck yeah. Get us all in on that.
You need to bring Deion here sometime.
Brothers, thank you for letting me use a little bit off your show.
Chris, Kurt, Nate, thanks for contributing to the show. It was a good show. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air.
Yeah.
Yep. Hope little man feels better in the back.
Yes,
back there.
he didn't even say feel us.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's feeling bad.
Yeah.
Jazz.
He's back here sleeping right now.
Oh, there you go. Jazz. Josh, thanks for keeping Chris company. We will be back tomorrow. We'll follow up and see how Holly's helping hands went tonight. Thanks again, Jesse, for what you do in the community. We'll be here tomorrow, same time, same place on Hanging with the Boys.
We out.
Hey!
Hey!
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!